There we go. 5 announcements. Let's see if this is gonna work. Oh, bugger. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, well. We can do this. Hey. Yeah, I know. I want... Uh-oh. Oh, look out, cat. Dang. Why are you yelling at me? Uh-oh, what just happened? Oh, I tapped out of the game. Ah, my bad. Oops. There, that's weird. Anyway. Okie dokie. Cat, you were onto something this morning, aren't you? Yeah. I'll feed you in a minute. Damn. Chill out. Is this gonna work?
Of liberal messaging and
there we go.
Centrist,
all right.
oh, bring them over,
so we're going to be watching / listening to Vosh and Destiny fight because this is kind of crazy.
There's never been an actual progressive movement that.
There we go.
Bernie style progressive movement that.
And keep that idling in the background while I head into this dungeon. Yes.
That's the next election. We don't have time for progressives to win to take over
okay.
the Democratic Party.
Ice shield.
We're out of time for democracy. It's time for authoritarianism.
Yep. Yeah, you can't just go reverse authoritarian, Vosh, as much as you want to. Doesn't work like that.
Of course, we should be raising all of the right flags. There's no way in which people being ready for violence. What that's going to do, and I'm okay with people getting a gun in case it ever happens, of course.
There you go.
Second Amendment.
Come on, come on, come on.
But there's not an outcome that I can see that has been explained in a logical way. We express our permission to conduct violence,
Well, it does nothing.
and that helps us win the election or something. After the election, you know.
Why is this being framed in electoral terms? This is about life and death.
You just asked 2024.
2024 is done. We've already.
Oh, wow. Really?
Maybe something happens, but whatever outcomes are going to have direct action are going to have a
A Goldie boy.
I'm talking about
Ooh,
what happens
only
in
stabby.
Another world,
Damn.
It says, let's say infinite people are running at you for electoral change that you disagree with.
Force instead of submitting to the mob.
Submitting to the mob. Wow.
Maybe it then wins 2024. Maybe we have to wait till 2028 for this to happen. I don't know.
Who knows? Hey, if he does, we'll see.
It was pretty hard in 2022, though, so that's going to be... We're not going to get anything done, even if we win. But eventually, they're going to get a hold of this. They've been redistricting like hell. Every single time they undo something, Democrats don't have the power to redo. You know, we need to be ready. And I have to ask you, just out of curiosity,
Ask him.
when in Germany would you have said...
Oh my god, he is so focused on World War II.
Definitely not familiar enough.
Chill out, dude.
So I can't get into specifics. But obviously, I do think violence is justified at certain points. Like
What?
at a certain point, it definitely would have been. But for example, if I were to make
Come
a
on.
comparison, because we
Punk.
know the future, if when just racist things were being said about Jewish
Oh.
Germans, if Jews started going out and just Again, I'm not clear on even what you're.
What about arming up? Wait, hold
Right, I
on.
just
I'm
had
just
this
saying
whole
getting ready. So I'm only saying getting ready.
Bosh, you're crazy.
No,
You're
that's what I'm
absolutely
saying.
crazy, my dude.
I'm totally okay for everybody to get a firearm as long as they are very safe with it.
Well, sure, they shouldn't be on site, but that's not an exaggeration. Getting ready to defend yourself. That's what I've been saying. So they can do that. What about maybe when the government started passing laws of restriction on Jewish people and businesses? Like specifically designating Jewish people as a separate legal category alongside dehumanizing rhetoric in order to categorize them separately and limit their movement, oppress them in a variety of ways. That plus dehumanizing language plus hate crimes start to rise against them. In that environment, because that's where we are right now with trans people.
We're exactly right there with trans people. It is the exact same thing as the pogroms.
Yep.
It is the exact same thing as wearing the wristband or the fucking arm.
Yeah, the star.
We're exactly there. It's the same fucking thing. I don't know what the word
Yep. It's like there's a registry or something for
That
you
environment,
know.
do you think it's unfair to go?
God
like,
damn,
yeah,
Vaush.
should be, like,
Did you-
ready if they come for
Jeez
you, like, they are
Louise.
Getting ready for something, and you need to be ready. You need to arm yourself.
Again, I already said I think it's fair to just say
Using the enemy's rhetoric does not make you better than the enemy.
people.
For anything.
Just makes you the same as them.
But that's not the focus of your commentary. Your commentary isn't like
Ooh, what are you?
just
Two vital garbage.
be ready in case anything happens. But
Yeah, just be ready.
it's like, let's go. They want us all dead. That was
Do you think it would be appropriate for the Jews to have said that in the early 30s? They want us dead, the Nazis want us all dead?
Could it not have been? I don't know the history, but it probably would have been. Is my guess. What are you saying? If the Nazi Party, like, are you trying to justify like some fucking time travel, like preemptive violence? Like 10 years? When did the Nazi Party start gaining power and become anti-Semitic? Like how early?
Wasn't until the 1930s, I thought.
Hitler in the 20s, they should have been able to like murder the dude if they saw him because he might have become like. I don't understand what we're trying to justify.
Ah.
Like,
Okay.
is it the second?
We're gonna do
the
this.
party says
Come on.
something that we think might be bad, or could theoretically down the road lead to something bad that we're allowed to start killing people? Like, I don't understand.
Ow. That tickled.
I don't know the specifics of
I have some more frost.
enough to compare it to our current situation.
Well, the Northern Blast happened in 38.
Anti-Semitism existed in Europe way before Nazi Germany. Yeah, sure. My understanding, damn, I should have said is that like even in the World War I era, that a lot of Europe had anti-Semitism. It wasn't something unique to Germany. Not everybody had death camps, but
Yeah.
maybe
Well,
Jews had the right to.
just- racism was kind of
You know what this video might be?
what?
Maybe this video is Vaush's really, really, really roundabout way of justifying the existence and the aggression of Israel. Couldn't you argue
Oh.
that, like Jewish people's preemptive violence against their perceived genocidal threats across the world, across the Middle East and across the rest of the world?
Bop.
Is this whole video just a love letter to Israel?
Right.
Isn't that the justification for the state of Israel? That like we need to exist because everybody's fucking trying to kill us? Can't we preemptively like set this up and have our own place? Like that's essentially what he's saying, right?
A year before the war.
Oh shit.
But the mechanism for the Holocaust were laid well before that point. 33, 34.
Oh boy, that's a lot.
You really telling me back in like 34 or whatever, all the precursors I've described, they're saying something like, yeah, the Nazis are evil, they want you dead, and you would go in and say, hey, come on. You
Oh,
really
you're
think
mad.
We're gonna convince Nazis with rhetoric like that? Like, you know?
And that's a great thing. It's nothing like, or not nothing. It's not equal to what we're seeing now. Because, like in the case of trans people, increasingly people are totally on board. And I can tell you, every single person that I've talked to who has like an icky belief on how we should be treating trans people
Yeah.
in society,
The
it's
thing that I hate the most about this comment is I can actually, in my brain right now, I don't know if I'm just because I'm unhinged, I can totally 100% watch his audience's reaction to every single thing this guy's saying. They are probably soying out like so unbelievably fucking hard right now. It's so
All right, Destiny, calm down. Calm down. Damn. Calm down.
from being misinformed on what is going on. Most of it is like, oh, I'm really scared because I think that little kids are going into class and that's what they're saying.
Oh wait, shit, it is. It's better than perspective. Oh, I was watching
Clown.
history, guys.
Vosh, what's happening in Alabama to teens being forbidden from taking puberty blockers isn't completely dissimilar to a genocide.
Right. God damn.
Do not bring trans people up. The genocide is literally already started.
Not a boy, you're a girl. You're not a boy, you're a girl until they turn into a girl. Like,
That's what.
How the fuck would you know? Public opinion doesn't matter to Republicans. What do you mean? How do you think they win elections? You don't need to hate trans people to enable genocide.
Jeez Louise.
They
then
thought
you
about the
explain,
Jews.
oh, no one's advocating for that. And
People like this are the reason we're all gonna die. Good.
For real.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Just talk down the gunman trying to hit bro. We need to pick up. League of Legends. I don't want to play League. Dude, it's actually so disgusting to watch this. This is like insane shit. This video is actually unhinged. He's such a fucking pussy.
Nah, I wouldn't say it's unhinged, but it's pretty funny.
Anybody reasonable on his opinion on this shit. What a little fucking cowardly bitch. Unbelievable.
All right, Destiny, calm down.
What a dumb.
right now we have
Block.
the people on our side, and then there's this friend with
Same in Germany.
in your English.
Germany was a very progressive place before, during the Weimar Republic. Not as progressive.
You're saying
as
that
modern day
Germany-
America.
Wasn't you're saying that Hitler and the Nazis need to be
Germany was,
smushed?
Germany was a very progressive place before, during the Weimar Republic. Not as progressive.
You're saying
as
that
modern day
Germany-
America.
Wasn't you're saying that Hitler and the Nazis were not a popular movement?
No, the Germany Nazis only had initially support of like 25 to 30% of the population. They seized power anti-democratically, and through seizing control of education and the means of propaganda, they convinced a larger and larger group of Germans of the general misinformation.
Wait, hold on. Were the Germans all in power? The Nazis for like fucking, was it like 5 years? I don't remember. I have to look this up. Did they have enough time to control all the education and brainwash and propaganda everybody through schools? Like,
Oh, shit.
How long would?
Bitch,
I
back
need to
off.
read my German history. Because I feel like every time I listen to Vosh talk about
Cool down, bud.
You're
You're getting too hot.
That's not even remotely true, but okay, I don't know.
Some of the stuff they'd like to say about Jews were that they were effete intellectuals who would corrupt their children through degenerate messaging designed to destroy Western civilization.
Oh my God.
It was not a popular movement to begin with. They seized power anti-democratically. You know how many people are Republicans in the U.S.? About 30%.
Oh, 30%, 30%. Oh.
Any more intrinsically anti-Jewish to begin with than modern Republicans are against trans people. Maybe you can convince 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, but every night Tucker Carlson speaks to an audience of millions. I'm sorry, at a certain point...
You're not incorrect about the Tucker Carlson part,
Gotta kill him. It's
but yeah, no,
like,
you don't do it like that.
Look, maybe everything works out, but past a certain point, not saying you need to be ready is just irresponsible.
Okay, and I already agreed. You can totally say you need to be ready. Your what I am kind of addressing is very
There we go.
different than just you need to be ready. But I do think, even in the case that you're talking about, I hate doing this because it's like the most extreme case and definitely lack of knowledge there. But if early on when they started slandering Jewish people, if there's a bunch of Jewish people who started enacting violence or kind of promoting really violent rhetoric, even though I think it would be justified.
does Vosh sound like Tim Pool? No, I think Tim Pool is a little bit more like a just asking questions kind of person. Whereas Vosh is like telling you to go, like, get ready to murder people. Tim Pool at least has a little bit more plausible deniability. Vosh is just like fully fucking bought in. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't think even you would believe that would have helped them.
How many guns does Vosh have? Is he, taking up arms so he's ready to fight alongside his LGBTQ brothers and sisters? Or are we just are we expected to fight this war on our own with no help from our brave Vosh? He has at least one, okay.
Cause
Get out of here.
it all to
Bitch.
seem more justified. And that's why I'm really scared about going around saying Republicans are demons
Oops.
in human flesh.
The Holocaust happened
Anyone who's like a little soft-hearted liberal is gonna be like, oh, that seems so crazy. Like, I definitely don't want to be a
Stupid fucking kid that we're about to have an
Oop,
LGBT.
damn it. I can't throw this stuff today.
part of that movement.
There we
The
go.
Holocaust happened anyway. You can't really go back in time and be like, well, if you'd been more violent, a second Holocaust, like the Holocaust 2 would have happened. No, actually, I think that something
I
would
just
have
mean it wouldn't
changed
have.
if Jews back then had simply armed themselves and then killed
Simply.
all of the Nazi party.
It was so simple. It was so simple, Vosh. It's so simple.
Fuck do you even?
What the fuck?
Dude, you watched Inglourious Bastards too many times.
I'm for real. Oh my god.
There were attempts to do that, but I mean full on, kick down the door, gun them all down, maybe they get arrested and
Again,
executed.
boom, you just said it.
Whoa,
but-
killing
but right
Nazi?
now,
Wait,
you
are we
not-
against killing Nazis here?
I'm totally on board. I'm
We're
saying.
against the fact that you're calling everybody in the
Right there,
Republican
you're
Party
making-
Nazi.
So then
Whoa,
you
I've made
deny
nothing.
this is
Whoa,
what you wanted.
I have
Wow,
made
stop
no
it.
allegories in this conversation, okay?
What's an allegory?
No comparisons, analogies, none whatsoever. But, yes,
What? That's
the
what we're talking
Jews-
about. We're comparing. Yes, you.
no,
okay.
we're not, no, we're, this is unrelated. They're, the Jews might have been successful in preventing
Wow.
their
Okay,
own
and
extermination. Wait, do you agree?
Jesus.
Do you agree that while they're facing legal persecution, an anti-democratic party is seizing additional power, the Jews, say 33, 34, if they had hatched some plot to gun down Hitler, Goebbels, you know, some Nazi upper party meeting, say it's like a
Goebbels!
They did!
invited to a theater.
They
and all-
tried!
Watching Inglourious
Final act,
Bastards.
something like that.
Oh my
Would that have been
god.
wrong? Might have stopped the Holocaust.
Morally,
and World War
probably
II.
not. But if, again, we're talking about how this can be compared
Wait,
to
wait.
our current
Wait,
situation.
wait,
Those
wait,
things-
wait.
You think
I
it would
just
have been?
no,
But would
no,
it have
no.
been practical? Because it would have killed.
It didn't sound. Okay, if you think.
Oh shit.
If they could have effectively wiped out all the Nazi
Oh
leadership,
hey.
maybe practically
Let's
that
get
would've
this
done
bread.
something.
Oh, thank you. Hey. How you doing?
I don't think right now.
I'm currently suspended on TikTok until this afternoon, so that's why I'm only here on Twitch.
Some progressive.
Oop, oop. And I'm just watching Destiny watch Vaush have a debate with someone. So we're going politicalception here. We're going 3 layers into it.
That
What are
in-
we talking about Germany
Let's say in Nazi Germany. So the assassination of political leadership is a very effective way at destabilizing a place.
How you doing this morning?
That's
So
just-
then make it.
Right.
So then apply it to the current situation.
Well,
Go.
wait, hold on. I'm just trying to figure out what your threshold is for the Nazis, the ones that we can talk about, okay?
Hold on a
So,
second.
Nazis-
Yo! What the? Oh my god, bro! Dude, thank you so much for that. Oh my god, where's my mouse? I gotta find my mouse. Bro, thank you so freaking much. Here, we'll do it. Oh god, bats. Shit. Bat. Thank you so much for the sub, dude. You're, man, way to make my morning.
Again.
I actually kind of had a rough start to my morning. I missed, I heard the trash truck, and I, was trying to get it out to him, and I dumped it over, and he took off. Classic cartoon moment, right? So yeah, I was a little salty about that, and thinking, you know what, screw it. Let's just get into blasting some fools with some ice. That always makes me feel better. Battle mage, engage, cause despite all my rage, I am still just a mage in this maze.
I'm not familiar with the timeline, but if they passed a law that's
Pause. Despite all my rage, I am still just a mage in this maze. Oh, dude, I hate this part. Oh, shit. Fuck you, bat. Bitch. There's more bats out here, too. Yeah, fuck you, bat. Eat some ice. There, you can have some, and you can. Oh, damn it, bitch. Anyway, Dude, yeah, it's frustrating because now I don't think they're going to come back by a second time today. And I think my garbage is going to sit out there full for a week now. It's frustrating, dude. Anyway, let's climb this rope. How's the video looking this morning? Is it nice and crisp? Are we getting good compression? Because there's a lot of, magical floaty bits here. And, oh, come on. Got it. Yes. Oh, shit. Ow, that hurt. That hurt a lot. All right, all of you need to back off. Have some ice. Cool off, motherfucker. Here, have some more ice. Boom. Ha. I got one more for you. Oh. No magic shield. Punk. Come on. Back off. There we go. That's better. All right, you, Mr. Arrow Boy. All right, I need to get out of this doorway before I die. You, take some ice. You, take some ice. You, take more ice. You, oh god. Block. Ice. Oh, shit. That hurt. Okay, mana. Ha. Come on. Block. Oh, ow. Okay, you know what? I wanted to have my magic shield out so I could do this. I am the Highlander. God. All right. Whew. Anyway, looks good. Awesome. At one point, do you think you should teach me Legend Heroes? Oh, you having a bit of trouble with it? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. What's going on? Are you having trouble with fighting enemies or just like user controls? Because the controls are a little complicated. Like to pick up items, right? You just you press down on your right thumbstick, so you press down and it sucks them up. To bring up your menus, you press and hold, up on the right stick. And I don't have any skill points yet. Damn it. Oh, I got 10 levels to go on my character. I'm hurting right now, too. I'm hurting on the potions. Let's go home real quick. That boss really messed my day up. Whew. The other thing too is, knowing how your play style is, you got to build towards that. So, I really enjoy magic. So, building my skill tree to only magic and specifically ice for this build. This game, you can't really go too dynamic with your character builds. You have to kind of min-max them in order to do, to be as powerful as you can be. Main the controls, no clue with the inventory. Yeah, so the controls, what are you rocking? An index or a quest? Because it's mostly just like the triggers that you use, and then your magic is your B button, or hold on a second. I gotta get back in the dungeon to use the magic. Yeah. So your magic controls are your B button. So you press the lower thumb button, and that's how you bring up your magic menu, which most players really only need the portal, but for, mage losers like me. And then you press your top button, A on the right for health, and then A on the left for mana. And that's it. That's basically it. And then you click your left thumbstick to walk. So you can walk like this. There you go, sneaky. Oh shit, no sneak. Block. Ow, bitch. Really? That sucks. Bruh. Are you serious? Alright.
Hurting, Jewish businesses, like you said.
Well, we got a long walk to get back to where we were.
And all of a sudden, but it's the practical thing. If you could actually magically wipe out all of Nazi leadership,
Do you think it's impossible?
maybe that could be ethical. But
Do you think it's impossible?
very, very difficult for a small minority to wipe out a governing
We can do it though. We've
There
got
are
way better
examples
guns
all the
now.
time of a government seizes power, and then shortly afterwards, the leadership of that government is killed by insurgents or radicals or by a conflicting faction, and then there's an internal power struggle, and someone else takes power. I don't think anyone.
Hey, all the time in first world countries and developed nations.
Yeah.
Josh? I don't
Yeah,
think
in
it's
developed
exactly
nations.
like post 1900s, but
Worse than the Nazis could take
So
power.
common.
That's pretty much like the war. That's about as bad as it gets. So whoever would have taken power afterwards probably wouldn't have done the Holocaust and probably wouldn't have started World War II. Or at the very least, when those things happened, it would have been like a
Well,
much less.
the other thing too is, from my
Fucking
understanding, you
insane,
can
Bosch.
correct me on this. Hitler was much more of a sole leading force that constructed this whole movement around him. And so I do think practically, if you could have gotten him, maybe no
There
one
we
else
go.
had the specific ambition to do, you know, mass genocide.
Well, he had a
but they
cult of
still treated
personality.
him poorly and all those type of things. We do, but if you took out Trump, which practically,
Whoa.
if you,
I don't believe.
Whoa.
no, we don't. Sorry.
new one, Vouch.
I think that both of them were about comparable in the extent that, like, there were other political forces that wanted power, and through him they were able to achieve it because
we
he
go.
was like a populist.
My point is, even
like
if
a-
Trump decides not to run, we'll say it that way. If he decides not to run in 2024, there's still a whole movement separate from him. There's so many individuals who could lead the current MAGA movement without Trump a part of it. Whereas, right, and so then,
Is he actually being like that fake crazy now? It's actually so obnoxious. God, I fucking hate this guy. This is my worst creation ever. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
stop it. I'll stop with the possibly, you know, against 2S language.
No, I just because you have to be in the ground game, right? We're in the ground game right now. Right now, we have the benefit of looking back on Nazis and thinking, oh, maybe if this chess piece can move here. But if you were there, I mean, at what point do you get to think, wow, the Nazis
Worse than
really
Hassan? In terms of like negativity of rhetoric, yeah, like hardcore. Like this is like whatever stochastic terrorist bullshit definition is for. This is about as bad as I've ever heard from a lefty before. I don't know if I've ever heard it. Yeah.
Wow, damn, that guy had a lot of health. Holy crap. Jeez Louise.
The blood of landlords on the street. I think Hassan saying that is still like a little bit more generalized. Like
That's funny.
bad. But like that's it. Hassan screaming, being hyperbolic, I think is a lot different than kind of like a calm, rational 2-hour video about how we need to prepare for the oncoming genocide and then comparing Republicans to Nazis.
bad, and they're not going to be dislodged.
God
through
damn, you guys are
civil protest.
such dorks.
We should just kill them. At what point?
Yes, okay, but you have to understand, there would be a point I would need to, first of all, it'd be helpful to have been there, but then also I would have to, for this conversation, read a lot more into the things that were happening to tell you what actually is. But if we could get away from that, because what I'm concerned with right now is that here, now in the United States,
Yeah, not 1930s Germany.
It's all, again, I feel like your language was similar to the language people would maybe use feeling justified in the example we were talking about in Nazi Germany. But,
Uh-oh.
And it was similar
Ow.
to what we're talking about here in your rhetoric.
Uh-oh.
But then I feel like where you want that
Cool
rhetoric
off.
to go is not at all equal. And so then it's kind of like, okay, well then if all you're saying is, hey, maybe you have the right to bear arms and get a gun just in case. Okay, that's kind of boring.
I want people
I'm fine with that.
to.
But I think all of our political capital and energy and what we should be
Oh, wait.
broadcasting is a
message of
radical
fear.
revolution that's progressive.
Oh, shit.
and non-
Terror. We're not going to get the ideal political leader, but we do have the ideal enemy. So we should be focused.
I wonder if he would feel proud or scared
Wow.
if one of his followers went out and did a shooting and some Republicans got killed.
Alright, calm
internally,
down.
I wonder if
Jeez
he'd be like,
Louise.
"Fuck yeah, they did it." Or I wonder if he'd be like, "Oh shit, like I'm in trouble." I wonder what his feelings would be on that. I'm super curious.
God damn, that's so toxic.
Not them. This is what the Democrats don't understand.
23%.
Republicans don't talk about what they want to do. They talk about
21.
What the Democrats
Oh.
are doing. They get people
That's
motivated
7.
through fear. And Democrats only ever talk about their own positions. Oh, well, we want to do this, that. Nobody cares, and nobody gives a fuck about
Frost.
politics.
So
But
they could
people
do
care
way
Cold.
better with political
Ice
marketing,
Mastery.
100%,
With
but
terror.
also
Deserved
Man, that's frustrating.
terror. This isn't lying. We don't have to
they
lie.
definitely fear-mongered about Trump for sure. And,
Not even close to
in a good way.
it. And not.
Maybe not.
Bro, I don't know about that. I think that the Democrats' obsession with Trump, I think they did quite a bit, and I don't know if it always played to their benefit. The Democrats were hardcore hyper-fixated on Trump fears and shit. I think Biden ran a better campaign, and that he seemed to be a little bit more pro, like, helping Americans than just, like, the obsessive focus on Trump. I don't think obsessively focusing on Trump is necessarily in the best interest of somebody running, because I think Democrats
Yeah,
try to
it doesn't do anyone any good.
made you seem like you had, like, Trump derangement syndrome.
Trump derangement syndrome. Oh my god.
But
Not
they
enough.
don't just talk about what they do because they don't barely do anything.
But Biden didn't even talk
Come
about
on.
Clarence Thomas, his wife.
Yes, because Biden is so
A
far off
pussy.
the like Washington hub booty hole that
Don't throw Biden under the bus. You don't need to.
of course he doesn't want to speak out.
Biden throws himself under the
Yeah,
bus.
That's what we're dealing
Yeah,
with right
and
now.
that is so far from what I'm talking about as well. We're both very far from that, and you're trying to group me in with the
No.
Bidens.
I'm not saying you're just
ideology.
like him. I'm sure you're far farther left than him. I'm only saying
Uh.
that we're not getting the ideal progressive candidate with the ideal progressive message and the ideal progressive party to back it up. All we have right now is this shit. So I can't convince people that Biden's great. I just can't. But I can convince them legitimately that the Republicans are dangerous. And I need people to fixate on that. And I need them to be armed, and I need their communities armed. No, see, this
Damn.
is, you don't understand.
that's
Because you're, no. This is American exceptionalism. You are of the,
Are you ever scared that Vosh is on the same level or worse than Nick Fuentes, Lawrence Southern, and Carlson, Tucker? Seems scary, should know.
I think that like our current political system is just, I think I said this yesterday when I talked before. It feels like everybody's just saying everywhere that everybody's trying to kill everybody and that we're all at the edge of like fucking oblivion and that everybody is.
That's what it sounds like,
The
yeah.
most important thing in the fucking world in every situation has us like on the precipice, like ready to go over. And that just seems like this current state of politics. It's a little bit fucking insane.
That's what it seems like.
opinion that it can't happen.
I'll agree with you on that one, Destiny.
Can. How?
I'm not of that opinion. I'm saying what's
And
the
when
most
it-
effective way to prevent it?
When it does, you can do both. When it does, there's nothing mutually exclusive. The Republicans with the armories are also the ones who vote and go to their local school board meetings. They
It's
are
true.
not, mutually exclusive. The most militant Republicans are the ones who best serve the party. It's not mutually exclusive.
He's not
Our
wrong.
movement,
I'm a warrior
First
for
of all,
Biden.
you do understand that the right. and
Oh
left
my
are
God,
very
Vosh, you're not a
different
warrior.
Appeals.
Yeah, the left is worse. The right understands that fear and violence are the ways that you control a political
And-
group.
Christ.
When you say
It's true.
we do both, it's just like, but we can't because if I'm talking to my audience,
And then they are starting to quote shit that Vaush is saying, right? I say this all the time. He is, I would say she was being. Lauren Southern is correct to point out that, like, hey, like, you say that my rhetoric is extreme, but what about when, like, people on the left say this and this and this and this and this? It's like, yeah, fuck, it's true.
But what about it? Well, what about? But what about?
Disavow so much shit from the left immediately. Yeah, it's not good to say that we should fucking, riot in public. Yeah, it's not good that we should defend every fucking thing. Like, yeah, you have to, like, having to make all of those concessions is so fucking annoying to me. Because, like, I would rather these people just shut the fuck up. Just don't say anything. Like, I don't need you to do anything, okay? You make my job harder. You make my existence harder, okay? Just go figure out some other shit, okay? Go, like, that is, it's very irritating to me. To have to work backwards through so much stuff.
I mean, I get what you're saying, Destiny. They say something stupid, and then that discredits what your work is, because you're both leftists.
same size as yours. No, if I'm calling my audience and saying, hey, here's some other people you should go watch that we're trying to, unite with. And I suggest
Damn it.
a lot of my audience is gonna be like, what the? Well, some of the stuff.
Then let them die. Then they will perish.
Just let
Wow.
them die, bro.
Damn, Vosh. Tell us how you really feel.
They have to be
We're
strong.
not gonna be in power because now we don't have large enough of a movement to foundationally prevent what's gonna happen because we're split among like people who are against violence, in the mind, and then you and that kind of ilk, and then we don't have large enough of a
Are
movement to.
wrong in believing that People in rhetoric like me are harmful to our coalition.
This guy didn't
Is
die.
what got people to vote for Biden.
Yes, fear, but they don't want to feel like they're as bad as the other side. Everyone feels that way. You can.
You're not.
No, stop. You absolutely should express to people
Damn.
how dangerous the Republican Party
Messed him up.
certain elements of it.
Teh.
are. But if your rhetoric sounds a whole lot like theirs in what you want to do, now that we know there's a lot of things to be afraid about,
This is an aesthetic
we're
concern.
not gonna grow a.
An
That's not
aesthetic
your
concern.
job.
True. I was just gonna say, Vosh, you're literally all aesthetics.
It's a
I was about to say.
aesthetic concern. What, we sound like them because they say that they need to go and kill or legally oppress trans people, and I say trans people need to defend themselves against their oppressors. If
No
a
one's
liberal,
going to kill.
if a liberal hears those two things and sounds no difference, they deserve to die.
Damn.
Flash, you're gonna
You
die
can't-
too.
Damn.
It wasn't big enough to actually get in power.
A
and prevent
liberal
it. You're
is
gonna be a fun little friend
worthless.
on the side with your gun. and
Vosh,
you're gonna be shooting
pill,
people.
yo.
No, stop.
Holy
I'm
moly.
exceptionally patient, but I'm going to lose.
You've been patient, really?
Do it.
You
Oh, here comes the rant where he's staring at chat. Okay, guys, I'm about to power up. You're about to get an authentic Vosh rant. Get ready to clip over the clip channel, guys. Huge truth bomb, Vosh rant, big truth bomb, Vosh rant coming through right now, guys. Get ready for it. I'm about to drop some crazy truth bombs on this lib. Here we go,
Oh, boy.
guys.
exceptionally patient, but I'm going to lose now.
Let's hear it.
What?
You continue to believe that civility politics is a necessary
Pen?
component of marketing
hell?
for liberals, and you are doing this
Oh,
by
okay, I'm
perpetuating
sorry.
the fact that liberal civility politics is necessary to do with them. If your audience would
Did he just repeat himself? Wait, what?
continue to believe that civility politics is a necessary component of marketing for liberals, and you are doing this by perpetuating the fact that liberal civility politics is necessary to them. If your audience would be turned off by the belief that you should be able to defend yourself against fascism, change your
That's
audience.
not what I'm talking
No,
about.
you don't understand.
You don't understand,
all
kid.
what you are.
Taking issue with
What
it.
you believe is that it harms us in any
Oh,
way.
look, there it goes. Slaughter them. Sicko mode. Nodders. You're dead, kidda. enough. Were they doing this before? Oh, shit, I didn't even see it. It's, what is it? Is this his Godstiny emote? Godstiny time. Lost it. Patience lost.
Gostiny.
Belief that you should be able to defend yourself against fascism. Change
That's
your
not
audience.
what I'm talking
No,
about.
you don't understand. You
That's not
what you are.
Taking issue with.
What you believe is that it harms us in any way to engage
Might be going the right way.
kind of defensive rhetoric that Republicans
I'm
have
not.
been using successfully for decades. You have fallen for it.
Shut up.
You are a psyop. You believe they're telling you, they're whispering.
A
in your ear,
psyop?
Yes. Don't tell them that we're going to kill them. Don't let them
It's
believe they
Morbin
need
time.
to defend themselves against fascism.
It's
You
Morbin time.
Your movement by doing
Exactly, it's time to morb.
successfully. You're falling for it. You're co-intel pro, my friend. Not really. I don't want to be accused of making these accusations. But it is
Block.
frustrating. Independents will be moved by the rhetoric they hear. Republicans have moved a lot of people with theirs. It's time for us to wake up, realize that we don't have time. Our rhetoric is fucked because we don't spend enough time fear-mongering.
Damn. Yo, that's a little bit twisted, Vosh.
Fear does drive the whole balance of the stuff.
So what do we
But
say?
You have to understand that I think you would agree to this too. The reason why we don't stay in power is because on the campaign trail, Democrats do a really good job
Who's
of
we?
being
I've never been in
progressive and
power.
sometimes they fear. Yes, obviously. I'm talking about the current Democratic Party. The reason why they get taken out of power is because they don't actually do a lot or materially improve people's lives a lot or anything. And like you mentioned, they're not great at effectively fear-mongering. But in the example of the Trump-Biden election, there was a lot to fear-monger about, obviously in the middle of COVID and all that type of stuff. And then Biden did have a pretty broad appeal in his views. I know you're saying it's not all fear. The reason why you're able to get in power is fear plus something that they can also grab onto. And if all it is like, hey, come join our movement because we want to kill them and they want to kill us, it's like, it's not doing anything.
Yeah.
And I I think I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're just running in circles.
That's not exactly how you appeal to
There is no
progressives.
mutually exclusive element here, and the only reason people on the left and center are turned off by my messaging is because they haven't been introduced to enough of it yet. So introduce them
Wow.
more familiar with it, okay? It's not my fault that the Democratic Party has made it their mission to coddle and weaken
Oh, it's the end of the level.
greatest possible extent. And now you have millions of Americans, these embarrassing, urbanite liberals whose best response to everything the Republicans do to undermine democracy is we'll vote harder next time. No, you won't. You're not going to get to the voting booths. You're not going to get a chance. No political body is effective or relevant without a plan for how to deal with the end of the democracy that their party exists in. The Republicans are ready and waiting. Where
I
the
guess
fuck
here's-
are we?
We don't.
Based. Based.
Spitting right now.
Sticking around for more than a
Spitting.
minute.
Yes.
Listening to like that type of rhetoric.
Clappa.
They have to believe in the
Great for a clip. Clappa.
like the
Everybody
foundation
clappa.
of the building
He's
that you're
Morbin.
building. Because
He's Morbin.
by that I mean they have to believe that
He's Morbin.
democracy is going away. I don't think
America's in his best
do a good job of expressing that. They have to believe that there's actually this bloodlust on the right, which I don't think. But that's my point. I don't think there's enough evidence to prove to people.
Then you're a stooge.
Whoa.
You're a child stooge of how genocide takes place. I
Very smart
encourage you.
child then.
Stooge.
Yes.
You got him there.
Nazi Germany.
Got him, Vaush.
Our conversation that you
Stooge.
have historical allegories
Look it
for
up.
how genocide takes place.
Historical allegory.
You got stooge.
Wait, is this kid still in my chat? What chat was he in?
You seem to
Regardless
be
of that, you
waiting on
didn't-
the
you didn't
let's
make
kill
any
people
comparison.
bill.
Okay. Even in the example where I was upfront with, hey, I don't know the timeline, so I can't give you a line. In that case, you also, that's a great thing to talk about. You haven't defined where the line is in either cases, really, and how that compares to our current situation.
The line for what?
Violence.
Violence started the moment the declaration was signed. What I'm talking about isn't the beginning of violence. It is a beginning to the defense against violence that has taken place.
Luke
We live in
Beasley donated to me. This is my debate with Fox. Let's set up my channel at Luke Beasley. Oh, hey, are you on? Is he still here? Luke Beasley.
Whoa. Spinny boy. I'm getting angry.
built by violence, political violence. When cops enact laws passed by political agents acting on behalf of their corporate
Ow.
interests, they are acting violently.
That hurt.
What we're talking about is social violence against minorities, sometimes legitimate, sometimes illegitimate. Is it done through the purview of acceptable legislation, or is it
Ow.
done targeted to hit them? It's
Shit.
difficult to say, but what's happening right now with this LGBTQ bill wave across the state is pretty unambiguously unjustified, a very deliberate targeting.
Still 30 minutes left.
And this isn't how it starts. This is the middle point. We're
Okay,
well
this is
into it.
great. Let's focus in on this. Let's focus. So, with the LGBTQ stuff, this is my point. If you go to anyone and you read them one of the bills and you say, "This is violence. It's time for us to get ready to fight them," no one's.
They'll
gonna
look
be on
at you
board
like
with
you're
that except
insane.
for a very, very small percentage.
Fine. How about the legislation that says that there would be attempts to violate the Interstate Commerce Clause and press charges against any person in the state who left to go to another state to get an abortion? I forget which state
abortion.
that was. If you take a look at that, not only can you not get an abortion in your state, you're going to be charged unconstitutionally if you get one in a different state. So essentially, you get raped and you're pregnant 2 months. You now have a choice. It's Texas, apparently. You now have a choice between having an abortion in Texas illegally and
You notice the gun next to Vosh the whole time. Nice.
No, there is.
you don't get caught or getting
Luke and you. Luke, add me on. Can you figure out how to add me on Discord somehow, my dude?
Damn it.
charged after you do it in a different state. Now, you really think if I walk up to this person and say, hey, they're coming for your rights, they already have taken half of them, do you really want them to get away with taking the other half? You really think that's not a resonant message?
oh, it 100% is, and then you say, and that's why we need to get ready to fight them in the streets.
And then you give them
and they go, oh,
no.
wow.
Then you say,
Guys, little
then you say, hey, they are literally arresting people for miscarriages. You should probably arm yourself. You should go there and probably get to know your neighbors and make sure that you're familiar with your community, so that if the cops ever start doing raid checks to make sure that everyone who is registered pregnant still is, you're ready. If you think what I'm talking about right now is illegitimate or unreasonable, the black community did this throughout the 1960s, and they weren't all waving their little hands at the indignity at all. Plenty of communities have done this. The queer community has done this. The trans community was probably more armed back in the 60s.
Remember my words right now, okay? You guys are gonna be, for reasons that you don't know yet, there's a chance that you guys are gonna be ultra triggered about this Fresh and Fit episode. I'll just say that much, then you can speculate.
Than they were now after Stonewall, when the very public attack on their little shindig became like the subject of national discussion. What I'm talking about right now is the behavior adopted by minority groups under threat of persecution all across the world. But what you think I'm saying is they need to start goose-stepping across Main Street in little packs of 12 with their rifles, getting ready to shoot out with cops. I'm not. They just need to be ready, because things are only going to get worse, and it doesn't hurt to be safe, to know your neighbors, to have a gun and know how to use it, to stockpile ammunition, to stockpile food and water, to stockpile everything that you can need, to be fully aware of the fact that democracies have failed in other countries, and they can fail here too. There's no reason it can't. Nothing can keep it from not happening here. What will you do when democracy falls? The Republicans are ready. They have armories. They have a political party that is not only ready for, but currently enacting the end of democracy. What are Democrats? Democrats, oh, we'll get them next time. Democrats, they're not going to do anything. You have to act for yourself. You don't have this central messaging to rely on like they do. When the democracy fails, Republicans...
Yeah, left doesn't have Tucker Carlson.
On, like, you know, how many children they should be killing that day. We will need to be figuring out how many... We'll be need to figuring out a way.
Can I just make like a supercut of this? Hold on.
You should. That would be funny.
Maybe possible suggestion for new videos? Question mark. Is it possible to make a supercut of the absolutely fucking good shit in this video? Maybe.
Ow, bitch. Fuck you.
Stats without direct leadership.
This sounds like a 4chan green text. Just in
It does.
pretentious video form.
Because Democrats are not set up in such a way as to orchestrate that kind of post-democratic system. I hope you will excuse the hyperbole there, but the underlying message was something I sincerely believe in.
Bro, alright. I literally, as I listen to you, start to say what I've said a bunch of times, so I don't feel like there's much else.
It doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Do you think you...
You know what doesn't hurt? How you expressed it most of the times in this conversation, where you say, because again, I don't agree that you could get many people to believe in our current situation that is about to happen.
Then
like,
why does half the Republican Party think white people are under threat, despite there being zero evidence of that fact?
Why would you think white people are under threat when people are on fucking Twitter saying insane shit? When you've got BLM marching all over the place, it looks kind of fucking scary with the riots and stuff. When you've got like the CRT debates that are going on all around the fucking country. When you like, I think that if you're plugged into any amount of culture at all, I think you can feel like things are a little bit weird. Like that is going to be, a lot of people's engagement is going to come through your culture. Like, are white people getting shot and killed in the streets? Not really, no. But that's not the only way that we make decisions in society. It's like, it's not like trans people are being murdered all over the country either, right? So, but you would never make that same appeal. Well, why do trans people think they're under threat? I mean, you can argue that people are trying to do medical rights and stuff, right? But like, I don't understand how you can totally just unplug people's perceptions of culture and just pretend like you have no reason to be upset or no reason to think that you're getting fucked or whatever. Like, I mean, this is, okay, hold on. This is like, if I can impart like one thing of understanding about you, okay? I've said this a couple times. Hopefully you understand, right? Like, nobody feels things randomly. There are no such things as random thoughts. If people feel things, they feel them for a reason. Now, I guess if you want, you can say that like, you know, all of these
somehow manufactured by the Republican Party, in which case you believe that I can really help you. I will tell you that political operatives wish they could mind control people as well as they can, but there are impressions that are left by culture. And I think it behooves you to take a minute to understand why do people think things are the way they are. It's always good to like take a look at that.
Chill out, man.
But what they're believing
What's
is,
different? Why do they keep getting away with it?
Well, they're saying hey, because like white people's percentage in America is decreasing over a certain number of years. That's what they.
And I have nothing I can point to. Hundreds of state bills. They need no evidence at all for their entire party to get behind the idea they're under attack.
To be clear, I'm not saying like, oh, they have actual evidence. I'm saying what they're fear mongering about. They're not saying they're coming to kill white people.
They literally, they have successfully, with no evidence, convinced a significant portion of their political party that white people are under threat. If you look at polling done on conservatives, the most oppressive group that they refer to in America is consistently white people and conservatives, like 40 and 50% respectively, whereas black people and women are like 8 to 9%. They are completely on board. Tens of millions of Americans.
But like, and again, like this is your issue. Like, you wouldn't even really necessarily be wrong if you're talking about certain types of women, right? That's not even necessarily a wrong statement, but people will still get out there and they'll act like women are the most oppressed group of people in the country. They're still super. It's not even really that true right now. We're talking about white women. You want to get intersectional about it, right? Black women, sure, not because they're women though, because they're black or because they're in low socioeconomic status, right? Like, yeah, fuck. He's so stupid.
That they're under attack right now, and they do buy guns and they do buy ammo off of what? Changing
Hi, doggy.
demographic statistics, which don't hurt any of them. But I can point to hundreds of anti.
Hello, look at my foot.
In half a year, and that to you
Hey,
is not-
Crimson, thank you. I'm actually going to be ending the stream here shortly because I have to take my boyfriend to work.
Honest to God, bro, at this point, I think either side would end democracy. Like,
Yeah.
I
And I got to take my doggy out. He was licking my foot.
But like,
He's like, hey, man, you've been playing for too long.
The country would be ran by like California and New York. They would abolish the Senate, or they just get rid of the filibuster. They would axe the Electoral College, and they would probably reapportion seats in the House to make it to the most populous states, which are all like left-leaning, and then they would pack the courts. All the states that are the most populous would be having all of the votes deciding federal legislation, and basically like any small like red state. That would be ideally how progressives. Now most Democrats do that. But progressives would absolutely go that route. They go, oh, well, bro, I don't want one guy in Wyoming to have the same amount of voting power as 12 people in fucking California, bro. It's only fair that California and these other massive blue states get to dictate federal legislation to the entire fucking country and get to choose the president every single time. Like, that's, I think that is the case. But, you know, Destiny, I think that's a little different, though. Okay, maybe.
Block. Bap. Bap. Ow. Arrows hurt. Stop shooting me with arrows, you dick. What happened to my audio?
enough to convince the
There it
liberal
goes.
that they're under threat.
I'm out of mana. That's bad.
Sorry, I read something. I just.
Time to run.
I agree they're under 100%. We both agree on that. You keep saying stuff, and then I guess it's
But we
just
need to
more
convince
what
them,
we
and they
do
need
with
to
that.
arm themselves like
Right, and
Republicans
I
have.
think our
Yeah, mana.
two main components. I probably disagree with you on how you message.
What are you gonna do, huh?
Message the way or the extent to which they're under threat, because I think giving a really honest, factual kind of
Chill out.
laying out of what's going on and expressing that to people and then saying this is what we want to do.
Ow. Okay, that hurt. That hurt. Time to run.
I think
Saying
Oh, I need another mana orb.
I think you're
I'm out of health. I'm out of mana.
factual, but I'm saying like the average even person on a liberal who hears see what they're doing to these different groups, they're about to start killing them.
Yes.
All dead.
Ooh, that was close.
Most people go, oh, okay, well, he's kind of like the other people who.
Why does the average
Oh,
conservative
okay.
Go for it then? Why does the average
Doop,
conservative
doop.
require
They don't
so
believe
little?
that. If they don't believe that liberals are going to kill them,
The belief that the liberal establishment is going to kill them.
Thank you
is
so much for
literally
tuning in, Crimson, though. I really do appreciate it.
belief.
That it's gonna kill them?
Hey, there we go. Now I got that level up.
I believe that one, Bausch, but
Nope, no skill points. Damn.
Like,
All right, so
you're
my
not
secondary is
being political,
maxed.
but, like, the idea that, like, literally, like, conservatives
All
have
right.
long said stuff
Select
like,
all,
"Yes,
sell."
I am borrowing their messaging. I'm just right when I use it.
Aw.
Okay,
And
I
they
mean,
believe
unless
it, and
they
they
say
act on it. Why are liberals so weak?
All right.
Why are they unwilling to act
I have to get going. Thank you all so much for tuning in, though. I really appreciate you being here.
Unrighteously. Why are they so much more active and willing, even when they're wrong to...
Sorry, the stream was a little boring, but none of my friends are online right now, so